Hey guys, Nabil here, and we have something special today. As you know, SNK is releasing a new console. After the success of the NeoGeo Mini, it's now time for a new NeoGeo branded console, and I'm talking about the NeoGeo Arcade Stick Pro. Now, this thing is supposed to be coming with 20 games, so I just got this today from SNK. This is a review unit. Just want to make sure to tell you that it does not matter that I got this from SNK. My review is still gonna tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about this unit right here. So stick around as we go into unboxing and then reviewing the unit. All right, let's unbox this baby. So it was a little bit of damage here, but I believe that's the customs when they tried to open this to see what's inside. They damaged it a little bit. Damn you, customs. So NeoGeo Arcade Stick Pro Gear Spec Advanced Entertainment System, and you see the box here. Shows you the different buttons: Turbo Select, HDMI output, supports NeoGeo Mini, 20 NeoGeo titles preloaded. That's not true. That's not true. It's more than 20, and we're gonna talk about that in a second. All right, let's open this. Okay. All right. Put that over there, and here we are. Let's see what's in this first before. Instructions, and it's a different languages and whatnot. All right, probably won't need those. And you have some cables. Oh, pretty cool sticker here. Oh, those are not. So these are like, you know, so that it doesn't keep sliding, I guess. It's a USB 3 to USB C. Okay. And this is that another USB cable? Okay. All right, let's see. It's not very heavy. There we go. So it's really not heavy. And let me take that out of the way. Then I'm gonna compare it to something else so you guys have an idea in terms of size. So yeah, it's definitely not a Sunway. You can feel that. However, it's not bad at all. These are not Sunway either, but they're quite. All right, well, we'll see those. Let's compare it to something else, and I'm gonna compare it to my beloved arcade Mad Catz. Yeah, I know, not a lot of people like Mad Catz, but I'm happy with this one because I modded it with the Brook. Yeah, this one is heavy. Woo, almost fell there. So it gives you a little bit of an idea of size. As you can see, now that gets that out of the way. We have where you connect your NeoGeo Mini controllers, HDMI out, USB-C, USB 3, and then what do we have here? Well, first of all, what do we have here? What is this? What is that for? Anyway, and this is a USB stick. So this is in order to connect it to the PC or the Game Link, as I talked about. So it does not come with an HDMI cable. I don't see an HDMI cable here. Yeah, it doesn't come with an HDMI cable, or was this lost in the way? I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna take this bad boy here for a spin and try it and see how it plays. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and connect this. And as you can see, so there's the HDMI port, of course, for video, and then you have the power comes from a USB C. So the cable is over here. This is a 5 volt, so you can plug it to your charger, or in my case, I'm just gonna plug it to computer. And then I'm gonna go ahead, plug in the HDMI. Now it's ready, let's turn it on. And it's on. So the interface of the NeoGeo Arcade Pro Stick is pretty straightforward. As you can see, you have your selection of 20 games available to you pretty easily with some nice artwork like NeoGeo artwork. And then there's that FTG that you can see saying that this is a fighting game. And it's kind of strange because all of them are fighting games. Now this is the menu. If you go to options, you have some different quality is what we call. So we'll go through some of the we'll go through the entire options here. So you have the system now showing this is a V1.3i. So I'm not sure if that means there's more versions coming out. So you have the language, you can change it to Dutch, English, or French. Screen sizing, so if you want the original aspect ratio, you want full screen. And then you have the system here, which is system upgrade and unlock, no external storage device. And my thinking is that you will actually get some firmwares released by SNK, where you can actually add more games and unlock more games. There's actually a hack right now that you can do and unlock 20 more games, but I'm not gonna mess with that until there's something official. So in terms of quality, there's the smooth scaling, pixel scaling, transverse scanline, and longitudinal scanline, and 45-degree scanline. We're gonna go through all of them and see what all that stuff mean. So my first impression looking at Samurai Showdown 2 here, it looks pretty awesome. This is using the pixel scaling, so there's no smoothing whatsoever, no scan lines, and it looks awesome. It really looks awesome. It's as clean as it can get when playing an emulation of NeoGeo. I'm also very happy that this is an AES version rather than, because most of the time what we get is the MVS version, the arcade version, but this is the AES, which we don't get many AES emulations. So it plays fine. I don't have no problem, even though the stick is not a Sanwa or a Seimitsu, and same goes for the buttons, but I have no problem doing the maneuvers. Now let's go ahead and check. Okay, so you have the option to save and load save states, so you can save whatever you want in the game and then go back to it, which is pretty standard for emulation, which is great. Controller settings, you can change the controls as you want. So if you want to go with that retro NeoGeo thingy, like the layout, the old one, I'm not a fan of it. I know a lot of people are, but I'm not. I prefer the ACBD. So the screen size, if you want to go for that, and then the pixel scanning. So let's go ahead and try something different. Let's go and try scan lines. A lot of people are fans of scan lines, but here's the problem with this unit, with this system at least, or this firmware, is that when you go for scan lines, it goes back to smoothing. It's not, it's not adding the scan lines to the pixel quality. It's actually smoothing the image before adding scan lines, which is a bit of a problem. I know it's a problem. I hope they fix that, because right now, that for me, it's a big problem. If you go to the vertical scan lines, you can do that. Okay, so this is the smooth scaling. Let's do that first, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I used to be a fan of smoothing, now I'm not. But if you can't look at pixels, then you can go for the smoothing, which is done pretty nicely. I mean, I've played this on a 4K screen, and the smoothing is actually pretty well done. Now, of course, if you want to go back to scan lines, as I said, you have two options. You have the horizontal and you have the vertical ones, and then you have 45-degree ones. I'm not sure why you would do that, but whenever you go with scan lines, it automatically adds the smooth scaling instead of the pixel scaling. It does not say on the pixel scaling, which is a bit of a, bit of a problem, to say the least. Let's try another game. Let's try the King of Fighters 95. It's one of the, for me, it's one of the best KOFs. It's really underrated. It's very simple. It's really old school. It's not something you want to compete in, but I love it. I freaking love it. I don't know if it's like just bringing back some memories or whatnot, but I love the King of Fighters 95. Let's go ahead and try it and try the buttons and try the stick with the King of Fighters 95. Now, as you can see, I have no problem doing any of the special moves. It's actually pretty easy to do. With the stick is very responsive. It's not a known brand like Seimitsu or Sanwa, but it's actually pretty good quality. Very responsive, very clicky, maybe too clicky in terms of sound. It makes a lot of noise. The buttons, they don't bother me at all. They're not, again, not Sanwa, not Seimitsu, but I'm able to do just fine with it. In fact, I connected the stick to the PC, and I tried the King of Fighters 14 on the PC using the stick, and I had no problem doing some combos, some like really long combos with Kyo. Surprisingly, the PC or the King of Fighters PC version detects the stick as an Xbox controller, even though it does not work with the Xbox One or the Xbox, as far as I know. Of course, you can connect the stick to the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch if you buy the game link, which comes in separately, and also it comes in a bundle with the NeoGeo arcade stick. Emulation is really perfect. There's nothing you can say about it. Again, my only grip is that they're going with that smooth scaling when you add scan lines, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, this is something that's easily fixable. With the ability to upgrade this unit, upgrade the console via firmware updates, and I'm betting that happens by using an external drive, because you can do that. You can actually connect an external drive, and that will allow you to unlock more games. Right now, as I said, we know that there are 40 games at least in this thing, and for some reason they only have 20 for now. And they announced that they're gonna show us how to add these more games. There are some ways around it. I saw people online finding ways around it, but again, nothing official, and I don't want to mess with my stick. I don't want to put like hacked firmware that's gonna mess up the stick. So I'll wait for the official release of the new firmware that's supposed to unlock more games. Now, some people are saying even there are 80 games in this thing. That's too much, but I think 40, maybe 60. We'll see. Will we be able to add more games after this update? We'll see. Again, nothing to say about the emulation. The buttons are responsive. The stick is responsive. Before getting this thing, I was, almost certain I'm gonna go ahead and change the buttons and stick myself, but I really don't see the need. It feels different. Again, it's different than a Sanwa, different than a Seimitsu, but not in a bad way. It's really a good alternative. It's just something different. Of course, you can use this as a controller for the NeoGeo Mini, but I do not have a NeoGeo Mini. I played with the NeoGeo Mini, and it had some really bad issues in terms of emulation, which this version, the Arcade Stick Pro, this console does not have. This is what the NeoGeo Mini should have looked like when connected to your television. This is really beautiful pixel art, really beautiful emulation, and again, even the smoothing, which I usually don't do it does not look bad. It's not forced. It's not overdone. It's really perfectly done. The main problem again here right now is the scan lines, which at this point for me it's useless, because you either want to go with smoothing or pixel art with scan lines. You do not mix smoothing with scan lines. But again, I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix that, because a lot of people are gonna complain about this. I have no doubt about that. Now, the NeoGeo Arcade Stick Pro is gonna be available on November 22nd in the US and Europe for $129 for the simple, or for the base bundle, which is the one I have, which is just the stick and the cables. And if you wanna get the game link as well, then you'll have to pay a little bit more than that. All the details, pricing and availability are in the links in the description below. So yes, the Arcade Stick Pro is an interesting unit. It is a great console. I mean, if you are into NeoGeo gaming, and you have, for example, the NeoGeo Mini, and you know all the problems that it had in terms of emulation. This one has great emulation. It's actually one of the best NeoGeo emulation I've seen. It looks awesome. It's crisp. There's no delay or anything that I could notice. In terms of build quality, it's solid. It would have been better if it came with some Sanwa buttons and Sanwa joystick, but it's not. However, the joystick is actually quite clicky. It's responsive. It's good. You can easily mod the buttons into Sanwa buttons, so I will probably be doing that at a later date. As far as the stick itself, it is possible. It's a little bit tricky. It is a square gate, as I mentioned before, but it's a little bit tricky to actually change it with a Sanwa. Will I go through the hassle of doing that? I don't think so, because the stick itself is pretty good the way it is right now. With 20 games, like we all said, 20 games is not too much, but as you can see, you can actually unlock more than 20. Right now, we're talking about 40. There is still some rumors that you actually can unlock more than that. Nothing has been confirmed except for the 20 extra that you can unlock, as we've talked about earlier. Now, the NeoGeo Arcade Stick Pro is coming to the US and Europe on November 22nd. You can pre-order your unit at Amazon in the link from the links in the description below. Full disclosure, those are affiliate links, which means if you pre-order through those links, you're actually helping NeoGeo now, as I get a small percentage of that. So it comes in different packages. There's the normal one, which is the one I have. There's one that comes with the game link, which allows you to connect it to the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. Of course, you can connect it as it is to the PC. And then there's a third bundle that comes with two NeoGeo Mini controllers, so that you can play 2 players on the stick. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, thank you for watching.